Desert Springs students and families. Mrs. Chesney here, welcoming you back to the 2020-21 school year. I know things are going to be different this year, but I promise you, we are still going to have a great time making amazing art projects together. For those of you who don't know me, like I said, my name is Mrs. Chesney, and I have been an art teacher for 14 years. And for the past 7 years, I have had the great pleasure of being the art teacher here at Desert Springs Preparatory. In this video, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about how visual art class is going to work online while we are doing distance learning together. For the first part of this video, I'm going to show you how to access your art classroom in Google Classroom, which is also where you'll find our WebEx links. When you log in to your Google Classroom, you will see all of the different classes you are enrolled in. One of those classes will say Art, and it will also say your grade level and teacher. It might look a little bit different than this one, but that's okay. What I want you to do is go ahead and click where it says Art, and that will lead you to our Google Classroom. Like I said, it might look a little bit different. You might see a little bit different picture up at the top depending on your grade level, and of course it'll say your grade and teacher up at the top as well, but that's okay. On our Google Classroom, you will find all of the relevant information that you'll need to participate in art class online. You will always find up at the top our WebEx link for that week's meetings. You will need that link in order to do our live sessions together that we will do to do our step-by-step art projects. You're also going to find down below the WebEx meeting link other important information for the week. And in this example here, I've posted a few things that this student would need for the week. You can see I've got the arts class supply list for that particular grade level and a little Get to Know Mrs. Chesney PowerPoint. Later on in the school year, we're also going to need to know how classwork and turn-in works for turning in assignments, but you don't need to worry about that right now. All you'll need for the first week of school is to find your WebEx link and the important information below on Google Classroom. Each grade level has their own specific art supplies that they will need in order to participate in art class together online through distance learning. Please check out your supply list in your Google Classroom. It's stuff that should be pretty easy to find, especially right now with back-to-school sales. Things like Crayola crayons and markers, Sharpies, Crayola watercolor paints, erasers, things like that. If you are having difficulty finding supplies or purchasing them, please do not hesitate to send me or Ms. Solano an email. I do have a few supplies here in the art room that I can give out to students who need them. And also, please try your best to purchase the actual name brand supplies from Crayola or Sharpie or Elmer's glue. It really does make a big difference. Now, once you've got your supplies, I recommend that on the week that you have art class, that you set up a little art caddy. Now, this could be in a cardboard box or a shoe box, or if you have some sort of plastic container that you can put everything in, that would be a really good idea. This is my setup right now. I obviously have the supplies that I'd need for every grade level, but you can see that it's in a little plastic container, easy to access right by my computer. I also recommend that you get some old paper or a placemat to slide underneath the art project that you're working on so that none of our materials stain your desk or table or counter area. I always put like a heavy sheet of cardstock underneath what I'm working on, but if you have like an old tablecloth or placemat, that would work great as well. Now, paper is also listed on the supply list, and it talks about being 90-pound sulfite paper. And I know a lot of people have been really concerned because they haven't been able to find that in stores. Well, fear not, because on August 7th, Ms. Solano has organized your supply pickup here at Desert Springs. That's when you're going to pick up any textbooks or curriculum that you need. But you're also going to get to pick up a few sheets of our super special 90-pound sulfite art paper. This is the exact kind of paper that we use in art class. I have it here. I bought it for you, so we're going to use it. You'll get a few pieces paper clipped together, and if we continue needing to do distance learning past Labor Day, then we'll send some more home with you as well. So if you've been able to find 90-pound paper, great, awesome, you can use that. It's wonderful to draw and paint on. But if you haven't been able to find it, no worries, because this is coming home with you on August 7th. Art class online is obviously going to look different than it does when we're in my classroom together. Here's how it'll work. Each day that you have art, you will log in through our WebEx link, and we're going to do art together live. We will only be together for a really short period of time, so it'll be important that you try to get there on time, that you hit your mute button on the WebEx so we can get started right away. I'm going to be doing art live with you on my document camera, so I will be able to show you step by step exactly what to do for that day. It's really pretty cool. It's kind of like the way we use the document camera in my classroom, so it should feel really familiar to you. I'm also going to be able to show you any slides or images that I would show you in the classroom as well. So even though we're not together, art class should still feel pretty similar to how it does in the classroom. Now, while our time for the actual instruction is really short, I will be available for office hours in the afternoon, starting at about 1:50. You'll be getting more information about this on our first day together. Those afternoon office hours would be a good time to come on and ask me a question if you're confused or you need a little bit of extra help. While I know we're feeling a little bit anxious about how different everything might be this year, I just want to assure you that we're all in this together. I don't expect perfect. In fact, I know that you'll make mistakes with technology, I'll make mistakes with technology while we're all getting used to this new format. I don't expect perfect, I just expect participation. As long as you show up and have some fun with me each day that we have art together, that will be great. I can't wait to see you and start our online art journey together. Bye, Desert Springs artists.